Hello and welcome to part 3 of our Foucault versus the PLeane pendulum number 4. Today the experiment will be inserting the magnet in the bob. Now this has been the long awaited experiment that we've been waiting for an accurate bob to be set up, and to the best of my knowledge this experiment has never been done, and this has raised a lot of questions why this has never been done. So quickly, for those who are just coming to this experiment, we are 50 experiments in, and this is a big one, a big milestone we believe. So basically the concept is this: if what we've noticed was we have our bob, a large bob swinging on a pendulum, and what we've noticed in previous experiments was that the bob appeared, when it was launched, it appeared to be tracking its initial trajectory. So as the pendulum processed, the bob appeared to remain in its original trajectory. Now this raises a lot of questions. So there's a lot of ambiguity associated with this, and if you looked at part 2, we noticed our experiment that we were observing a lag in the bob. So the pendulum processed clockwise, yet the bob appeared to remain on its original trajectory, or a lag. Now that was a fairly hard evidence that's coming in now, although not 100%. So what the concept was, just like a magnet or like a compass, no matter what we do, the plumb bob stays, the compass stays true north, right? No matter what happens. So what the concept is to insert a very strong magnet into the bob. So now it will be fixed to north no matter what. So this pendulum can swing any way it wants. This thing will swing this way. The bob will point dead north all the time, independent of the pendulum swing. So that's what we're trying to prove today. If we can create, for the first time, without being at the equator, we can sort of simulate some sort of I guess a straight trajectory of the bob that doesn't precess. So let's just see if this bob does not precess with the pendulum. Now what we've got is, I'll just reset up. Okay, I've had to darken the room to see our laser dot. Now our board is roughly running north, well it's actually running exactly north-south at the moment, and over here is our laser dot coming from our plumb bob. I will now insert the magnet into the plumb bob, and we'll just see where it goes to. It's clearly not pointing north, so the moment I insert this magnet, we should see the bob spin to north. Okay, just going around, travelling there. Alright, we'll come back when it's settled. You see that tracking now. Quite a large swing. Let's come back when it's settled. So here we are about 10 minutes later, and the bob appears to have settled, and Bob, you might see the There's our laser dot. Again, roughly that position we had in part 1 of this. Right now I'll have to relocate the swinging board setup to align that. So here we go. Looks like 20 degrees, 25 degrees off north now. Okay, that's settling down quite well. I'll just reposition everything. So here we are with positioning the camera. We're dead in line. And our laser dot is what we'll be focusing on from now on. It's close enough for me to make a launch. So stand by and I'll set up for launch. So here we are, ready for launch. It's settled down enough, I think. Okay, to be expected, it's gone crazy. Let's check where our pendulum is tracking. Pendulum is tracking dead on the line. I'll swing around to the other side, give you a better shot of that. More overview. Getting on top of it now. Okay, the main thing is the pendulum is going straight. Swing around to our laser. It's jumping all over the place at the moment. As you were seeing in number 2, version 2, and previous experiments with the accelerator and magnetic compass chip, the same erratic behaviour happens for the first few swings till the pendulum settles down. Still tracking dead on our line. I would say this is almost a textbook launch, unlike the one previously in 2 where I had to adjust the wood. Yes, tracking still, the pendulum is still tracking exactly on that line. Right, I think we'll now keep the camera on this and come back. Alright, we're 7 minutes into launch and I can't see any deviation on that, off that line. The pendulum is tracking dead true. Interesting, as I thought would happen. Okay, the other end is still a bit unstable. Alright, we'll come back in another 5 minutes. Alright, here we are, 5 minutes later, and the pendulum, as far as I could see, is tracking the line, maybe slightly going counterclockwise. It's very hard to pick. really we're in the dying moments of the pendulum now, so we're losing momentum, we're losing inertia, so really the test isn't that conclusive. But from the results we've seen in part 2, you would have seen clearly that pendulum process clockwise within 10 minutes. We've been going 15 minutes here of this experiment so far, and it hasn't made any significant change. The other end is looking very stable. It's a few millimeters out. Now, if you would have looked at part 2, you would have seen just the slightest movement at this near end creates a big deviation up here at the far end. So I'm prepared to call it that bob did not move after it's stabilised. So our next step is a big one for me. That's to go to mechanical assist. We can't keep going with these passive. We have to do now very long time measurements, which calls for a mechanical assist, and I have to now start developing a mechanical pulsing system and looking into that. I think I've gone as far as I can with these bobs. This is possibly the most accurate bob that I know of that's ever been made. So certainly extended all my turning my skills as a machinist. Alright, okay, well that's about it. So conclusion is, no surprises. It basically goes in a straight line, as you all would have predicted, as it was launching the equator. So we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.